Hello everyone, my name is Cody Salvo and I am the Inventory Control Manager for all of our Dogget Toyota Lip locations. I've got to meet most of you online, but never in person. So today I just wanted to send you guys out this quick presentation on what we plan to do for our pre-inventory prep. Shouldn't take too long. If you guys can just follow along, that would be great. And if you got any questions at the end of it, just let me know. Here are a few of our pre-inventory key benefits. The first one is more organized. More organized is just going to be way more efficient. It's going to make for a faster count on inventory day. It will make for a better structure for inventory day. We'll have all of our counters on the same page, so there will be less explanation having to go on inventory morning, and there will be less errors when it comes to missing stuff or double counting something. Okay, so before we jump into this, I just wanted to let you guys know that I really do appreciate your help on this. I know most of you are short-staffed, so anything extra is almost impossible. I'm going to kind of go over a few of the things that we're going to be doing, and then on the next few slides, we'll go into each one of them in detail. So your first one is going to be all units attachments must be in their marked designated areas. Second one is rental units must be clearly marked with unit numbers and barcode stickers if possible. The barcodes, we haven't really got that far yet, but I know Clever has a project going that is going to bring that to light eventually. Number 3, anything that is not to be inventoried must be marked with a D&I sign. Number 4 is attachments, batteries, and chargers must be facing outward. Number 5, we're going to verify that rental status for rental units is correct in SoftBase. And number 6 is make sure all equipment has been invoiced out and payments have been applied. That one is a little bit more tricky because it's kind of going to be like more of an inventory day maintenance thing, but we'll go into further detail later. Okay, this one is going to be one of the harder ones that take a little bit more work, but I know most of the branches kind of already have this going because of ASIC, but it's still going to take a little bit of cleaning up. So ideally, we would have all of our used equipment together, all of our new equipment together, and all of our rental equipment together, and then we can just kind of have them have their own designated areas. So when the counters come in, we aren't getting everything mixed up, and it's just a little bit easier to kind of go through our spreadsheets to make any kind of reconciliations when all of the departments are separated. D&I. So our D&I signs are our do not inventory sign, and this is mainly going to go on our units that are customer owned, or if we have units that are still in the shop but have been purchased, we just have not had the chance to deliver them. And in SoftBase, they're marked customer owned. On those things that we're going to want to put a D&I sign. I can make this sign and send it to you guys, or you guys can just put some labels and put them on the units. We kind of want to put those as close to the data plate as possible, since that's where the counters will be looking for the information, or anywhere on the overhead guard, just anywhere that's visible that the counters know, hey, let's not count that, it's customer owned. This year will be a little different. We do plan to inventory all of our attachments, batteries, and chargers moving forward. So that being said, with this goes hand in hand with all of everything being with each department. So we will need to have new equipment, chargers, and batteries all together, used together, and rental all together. To make things run a little smooth, it will be easier if we have everything facing outwards so we can see the label from the ground and they're not having to rotate any of these chargers because they are pretty heavy. And if the data plate is kind of on the side of them, then ideally we can put some labels on them on the outer part, and that way they are visible for the counters, and we can just get through these way faster and save a ton of time by having them prepped. For all of our units that are pending sale or sold that are still on site, this goes back to our DNI sign, and we'll make sure that we need to get those DNI signs on them. And this is something that we will have to stay on top of. I know in the past, inventory day, a transaction happens and it causes some reconciliation. So by end of day, before inventory, we'll need to make sure that we go over any kind of unit that was sold that day, and we need to make sure all the updates have been made on the GL and in Softbase. For our rental departments, we need to make sure that Softbase is accurate and everything that we have a contract on shows out on rent in Softbase. If it's in the yard, it also needs to show available. And then if it's in minor or major repair, that we need to make sure that that is accurate as well. When we do this pre-inventory prep, we'll probably do a couple of small cycle counts just to kind of see where everything's at and if we need any kind of major fixes with Softbase, because sometimes there can be some glitches. For used, ideally we'd like to try to separate the wholesale and the retail units. This will just make it easier for the counters whenever they're trying to find a data plate. I know on the wholesale units, they're normally a lot more beat up and older, so most of them have had the data plate knocked off, and it's going to be a little bit harder to get to. So if we're able to separate them, and then if they are missing the data plate, try to put some kind of sticker or spray paint something that will have the serial number on it. So when we're going to count them, it's just quick and easy and doesn't require a whole bunch of work. For the retail units, those can be separated and just be normal. And some of them can be a little bit older as well. So we'll kind of just scan over them and make sure that they do have data plates. And then we'll also want to look in Softbase to make sure that the wholesale box is checked if they're wholesale, and it is not checked if they are retail. Here's a quick look at the pre-inventory schedule. This is just the actual pre-inventory, not the inventory days of when I'm going to be coming out to kind of help and look over stuff and make sure everything's prepped and ready to go. Should be in Corpus on May 9th. It says 9 a.m. I'm going to try to get there as early as possible. The following day, Tuesday, I will be in Pharr. Wednesday, I will be in Laredo. Thursday, I'll be in San Antonio. And Friday, I'll be in Austin. Then the following week, I'll be in El Paso on that Thursday. So El Paso will have a little bit less preparation time, but I can work with you guys as much as possible online. We can do some video chatting, or we can just chat through email and send some pictures, and hopefully that will be a lot of help. That way, Thursday, when I get there, we can just kind of go over a few quick things, and then Friday we can also work, and then that morning, Saturday, we'll do inventory. Each branch will have some count teams going. For most of the branches, we'll only need 2 teams of 2, so 4 people total. Ideally, we'd like to have as many of them be salary as possible. So Austin, we're going to need 2 teams of 2. Or Corpus, 2 teams of 2. San Antonio, we're going to need a little bit more, so we'll need 3 teams of 2. Pharr, 2 teams of 2. Laredo, 2 teams of 2. And El Paso, 2 teams of 2. If you guys could try to get me the list of people that you plan to pick, that would be great. That way we can get some email threads going, and I can get some training prep going for them to kind of go over how we plan to count stuff when I get to each location. All right, and that's about all I have for you guys today. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to email me, or you can give me a call on my cell, and I can try to get you some answers. If I'm not able to answer them, I can find somebody that can answer them, and I will get back to you guys as soon as possible. Thanks again for your time. All right, now that we've gone over all of our pre-inventory preparations, I just want to let you guys see our inventory schedule. It's going to mainly be not during business hours. for a couple of branch locations, they're going to be on a Friday, a little later in the day. We're estimating it to take about 3 hours to get all the counting done. It could run a little over, but ideally we're going to try to keep it in that time, which is kind of why we are doing the preparation the week before. So we're going to have a couple of captains going out to each location. Jill will be in Austin on Friday and then in San Antonio on Saturday. Celine will be in Corpus on Friday and then in Pharr on Saturday. Crystal, our accountant, will be in Laredo on Saturday, and then I will be in El Paso on that Saturday, May 21st. If you guys have any issues with this schedule, please let me know so we can try to coordinate something that will work. And I think everyone else was pretty good with the schedule. So yeah, thanks again for your time, and I will make another video if necessary for actual inventory day. Thank you.